Well, I guess this is the long goodbye. So, I grew up the son of a poor farmer in West Tuscaloosa County, Alabama, and grew up there in the late 80s, early 90s time frame. And we didn't have a whole lot growing up. I can remember, we had the necessities, but luxuries we did not have. I never took a vacation in my childhood. My first time to Disneyland was as an adult. And things were tight, but we were okay. And that's, like I said, that's kind of how I came up. And you go to school and you meet folks at school and you kind of hang out with folks, and grew up with a bunch of cool kids in the West Tuscaloosa County area. Some of those guys I still consider friends today and still talk to them semi-regularly. And one of those friends had a camcorder, and it was neat in the sense that we got to we played with the camcorder essentially, but through just recording ourselves and kind of playing it back, it kind of sparked a little bit of an interest inside of me. And it was kind of fun playing a bunch of different personas. We would record videos, and someone would pretend to be a doctor, and then someone would pretend to be a music artist, and then I think at one point in time we reenacted Survivor on a sandbar in a creek right down the hill from the house. But it was kind of fun being in front of the camera lens and being able to kind of talk to the camera and be a certain persona, I suppose, in front of the camera. I tell you all that to say that there's a lot of content creators out there, and we make a lot of content. I guess we as a collective make a lot of content across a bunch of different platforms. And the platforms that I choose to use mostly for my content creation is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I know that there's a certain segment of the audience that comes from TikTok and that watches me on TikTok, and that's how you interact with me. That's how you get my content, and I appreciate all the audience interaction over there on TikTok. And I suppose that's kind of what led me to this being a content creator in a way, was being able to act that out in front of a camera lens, and I guess being able to reach a multitude of different people, and to have to be able to share my thoughts and feelings and have other people kind of have that resonate with them too. And it's very powerful, the feeling of community that you can build, and the how you can say something that resonates with a certain community. And I've found that to be really interesting, and turns out I kind of enjoy it. And that's why I create content, is to be able to foster that sense of community. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the technology that allows us to do it, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have an audience, albeit a small audience, but to have a certain segment of people that says, yeah, you know what, your content's kind of cool, I like watching it. And so that leads us to today. Today is January 18th, 2025. On January 19th, 2025, the United States government has instituted a ban on TikTok, which is one of the platforms that I post to and create content for and post content to. And it kind of sucks in a way, right? Because that's to lose your voice, to lose your ability to reach out to other people, to connect with other people, to have that ability to create the content for public consumption. It sucks in a way, losing one of those avenues. And I know that, you know, a lot of people have different social media apps. A lot of people have all of the social media apps. But there is some segment of people that only have 1 or 2 social media apps, and that's the only thing that they use. So it's not necessarily, you can't just say, well, they'll just move to another app, because that's their app. That's what they use. And so there is a certain segment of the audience that once TikTok goes dark, that's it. It's over. So yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit, losing a particular segment of your voice, an ability to tell your story and share your story with others. So yeah, it hurts a little bit. And I know there's a lot of other content creators that have a lot more to lose than I do in the TikTok space. You know, there's folks that have built their entire social media presence, creators that have built their entire social media presence on TikTok and put all their eggs in that basket. And that sucks for them. It really sucks for them. Thankfully, I'm not in that basket, but that would be terrible. It would be absolutely terrible. Yeah, I guess this is goodbye for a certain segment of the audience, and I don't know what to say at this point. There's really not a lot to say. And politics aside, which I don't care about your politics, I really don't, and what led to this and whatever, I really don't care about how we got here. That's not the point of this video. It's the point of the video is reminiscence, it's gratitude, and it's hope for the future and a way forward on the remaining social media platforms that I have left. So, you know, I haven't been on TikTok long, and I know that I haven't posted a whole lot to TikTok. I had plans in 25 to kind of use it more, but you know, things change. So I am appreciative of everyone that has joined me on the TikTok platform and that has come to TikTok from other platforms to see what I've got over on TikTok. And I'm appreciative of y'all that have found me on TikTok and then followed me to some of the other platforms. And that brings me to my final point, hope for the future. And how do we move forward from here? Well, just because TikTok goes away doesn't mean that I go away. And I'm going to be around, and I have plenty more to say. I know that there's a ton of guys out there in the motorcycle community who need to hear a message of support, need to hear a message of validation, knowing that they aren't the only ones who are maybe struggling with some of these things, especially motorcycle dads, specifically motorcycle dads. You know, there's a lot of guys that are out there, a lot of dads going through some stuff, and they need to hear that they're not the only ones. They need to hear that they're not alone. And the other side of this too is that there's a lot of things going on in the motorcycle community, and I want to be able to discuss those things with everyone. Let's have some productive conversations. And then finally, sharing those awesome rides, sharing those adventures, and kind of helping you guys to see what I see from my perspective as we go on some of these motorcycle adventures. I want to share that with all of y'all. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So you'll be able to still find me. I'll still be around. I'll be on YouTube at Burrows Point. I'll be on Facebook at Burrows Point, and I'll be on Instagram at Burrows Point. Come join me on those platforms, and let's continue this journey together, share these stories together, and kind of move forward from here. I appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you on the next video.